My mom told me if I fight someone,
just know there's gonna be a fight at home.
do I look shook?
Yeah, you know I gotta hustle. I chase the bag, but no, I won't forget you.
Hi YouTube, so T back in the building and I'm here with a story time. So I wasn't originally gonna tell this story because I just thought this was just gonna be a very mix up. But then I'm like, me and the girl are cool now, so I don't see a problem. So today's story is gonna be about how I almost fought my roommate. So we'll get right into the video. Okay, so I should probably start with how I originally met her. So when I moved in, I originally didn't even know she was my roommate. I thought she was just like a mover, to be honest, because I don't know, I just thought she was one of the students helping us move in and stuff. When I met her, she started playing dance hall music and stuff, and I was like, I don't know, she just kind of seemed like those white people that kind of just try to relate, and I was just like, I hate when people try to relate. You can't relate. If you're black and you've ever had those moments, you know those moments where it's just she was there just
oh, I watched the Boondocks. You watch the Boondocks? Do you know Vibes? I know Vibes.
And I'm like, okay, sis, you don't need to do all that. Just say, we know I'm black, we know you're white. Just not make this weird. We're just gonna get fast forward into everything. The house was really starting to get dirty at one point, and that's a whole story in itself. But it started getting dirty, and I basically lived with 3 girls. So in living with 3 girls, I thought girls were clean, but clearly not. But we're not gonna talk about it. So when it was getting dirtier, everyone was kind of just blaming her. And I'm not gonna lie, when she would, she would kind of just cook stuff and not really clean. My mom taught us clean. When you make a mess, you clean. When you make food, wash out your plate, all that stuff. So I just thought everybody just kind of did that. So I thought everybody lived like that, but clearly not. I kind of got fed up one day, and I'm like, she came through the door, and literally as soon as she came through the door, I'm like, yeah, you need to clean your stuff. And she kind of got pissed, and she was just like, what the hell? And I'm just like, yeah, it's really dirty, and you need to clean it, because I'm not cleaning it. I'm nobody's mom. Yeah, I'm the oldest in the house, but I'm not cleaning nobody's dishes. No, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. So from that point, we kind of just stopped talking. And the sad thing about it though was we actually got cool. We were playing Mario Kart together. We played these shooting games together. We would dabble in the devil's lettuce together, so it was cool. We were cool. But then when I told her to clean her stuff, we kind of just didn't see eye to eye anymore. Getting into the situation, one day she came home, and she would have these emotional kind of breakdowns and stuff, where she would just come home and she would kind of just start whiling. And we all knew she did that, so it wasn't something that was new. But this time around, I was cleaning the house and stuff, vacuuming, because I was just yeah, I'm fed up, it's dirty as hell, I'm gonna clean. So I was cleaning and stuff, and she came home, and she was being hysterical and stuff, and I seen her face really red, she was crying. And I was kind of just I'm a Capricorn, and if you're a Capricorn, you know that we don't do well with crying. We kind of just don't know how to really react. And she wasn't my friend, so I just didn't feel I needed to console her. And maybe that's me being an asshole, but
it is what it is.
I didn't feel I needed to console her. I didn't feel to be
why are you crying?
I didn't care, to be real. So I just kept doing me. And she was on the phone, and she was shouting on the phone. But this was something that she did often, where it was she would just be yelling on the phone, and everybody was kind of just hey, do your own thing, we're not gonna pay it no mind. So she was doing that, and she was
so you're not gonna ask me if I'm okay?
And I'm just
are you okay?
And she was
never mind.
So then I would walk back into my room, and because I'm clearly I'm not cleaning right now because she's out there acting hysterical. So I went into my room, and I'm hearing her talking ish, and I'm just hearing her say a bunch of stuff, and I'm just hey, we're not doing this. I was out there, you had nothing to say, now I'm in my room, and now you're trying to chat. Don't do that. So I went out there, and I'm what's the problem? And she's
there's no problem.
But she's being really hostile about it. And at this point, I'm still chill. I'm still just this, normal, So I sat at the table. I'm okay, you want me to ask you what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm here, I'm listening. So I'm at the table, and I'm looking at my phone. She's
put down your phone.
I'm I can look at my phone and hear you at the same time. Like, I can multitask. I'm not like, you know, like I can do both. So I was on Snapchat and I was opening up different people's snaps. So I guess she thought she was hearing voices and she thought I was recording her. She's like,
Don't record me.
I'm like, sweetie, like no one's recording you. So at this point I got up and I'm like, bro, no one's recording you. She's like,
Stop recording me. And she's like, delete it, delete it, delete it.
I'm like, oh, I'm not recording you, but now since you're pressing it, I'm gonna start recording you. And I'll put the video where I was recording her being petty, but this is the video.
Don't record because you had a problem when I wasn't recording, trying to say
So yeah, that was me being petty. And I posted this on my spam and people thought I was like bullying her. And I'm like, are you guys dumb or something? Like, are you slow? Like, if you guys, like, because at this point they never knew what was going on. But like, it was like, you know? And in the video, you'll see that there's a knife on the ground. Because at one point, because this girl was like, to be honest, she's mentally unstable. I'm not gonna say her personal issues, but she's mentally unstable. So she had the knife up and she was swinging.
You know, like, don't play with me, don't play with me.
And I'm there like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to move like I'm a hard body, but it was just like, those things don't really faze me. It's like,
Bro, I'm ready to die any day. So if you're gonna do it now. Like, you know?
so when I start recording, she dropped the knife, which you will see in the video. The knife is on the ground.
Record because you had a problem when I wasn't recording, trying to say
I was like, oh, like Shorty trying to be funny. So I'm like, oh, like you want to be recorded so bad, but like no one is recording you. This is where things turn left and things get serious. So you'll see her at the end of the video. She started walking towards me.
Like, I don't want to take your phone.
Christine, if you touch me, I swear to God.
Okay, well, can you delete it and show me that you
No.
And this is where the video gets shut off and stuff gets real. So sis decides to grab my phone out my hand. She snatches my phone out my hand. And this is where like I went from calm to like devil, like, you know. And I'm short. Yes, I'm admitting it because I always say I'm like 5'8", 6 foot. I'm like a good 5'2".
Driver's license says 5'1", but I added an inch, 5'2", 5'3", you know, 5'5".
But yeah, so I'm short. She's taller than me. So she's literally having my phone over my head like this. Like,
You think cause I'm white, I'm pussy. You think cause I'm white, I'm pussy.
and she's like going crazy. And I'm like, give me my phone. Like, I'm looking her dead in her face, like, give me my phone. I'm about to play this reaching game with you. Give me my phone. I'm not playing with you. So she's like, I'm not playing with you. So I end up pushing her and I grab my phone.
Try to play me like a pussy nigga and it won't work.
At this point, I'm debating in my head. I'm like,
I came into university on like, I'm trying to be positive. I took a year off to gather my thoughts. I'm trying to be a Christian. I'm trying to be a good Christian, and you're playing with me.
so in my head, I'm there like, I'm the oldest. My mom did not send me here to fight. My mom sent me here to get an education. I've spent too much money. I'm not about to stomp your head into this carpet. So I'm gonna just get my phone and I'm gonna go to my room. So I grab my phone and I'm going to my room. She literally rushes to my door while I'm closing it and starts pushing it back. So we're literally like playing.
Like, you know when your parents are about to whoop your ass, so you run to your room, but they catch you at the door, and you're literally trying to like shove the door closed, but they're literally like whipping the belt. Like, it was literally like one of those.
Like, she's pushing and I'm pushing. I'm like, I'm stronger than you. Like, people don't think I'm strong. I'm strong, okay? So she's pushing. I'm just like, bro, game over. Boom. So I close the door. And I wish I took a picture of this, but if you look at my door, university, you can't come for me because it's past the deadline. Don't try it. There's like a crack in the door, like where you know how you turn the knob and the lock part? Like, I don't know how to freaking explain it, but there's a crack, okay? Because she was literally like pushing my door after I closed it, like banging it, like banging out the frame. Like, literally when I thought my door was gonna break, like I thought my door was gonna break. So she's doing that. I'm there like, oh, like she wants to fight now. So I'm like, I'm calling my friend Jada and she could be a witness to this. Like, I literally called her and I'm like,
Jada, like, I'm literally about to whoop this girl's ass. Like, I'm literally about to whoop her ass.
she's literally there like, Talisha, like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And I'm like,
yo, I'm about to kill a hoe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm about to beat a bitch up. Yup.
Beat a bitch up. Yup. Just beat a hoe up. Yup.
She's telling me like, no. So I open the door, I'm like,
Yo, do you wanna fight? Like, do you wanna fight? And
at this point, she's sitting at the table. She's sitting at the table and she's just there like this. And she's like, I want my lights back. Because when I moved in, I didn't bring my lights in my room, and that makes me just feel like home. So when I told her this, she ended up having extra lights and she gave them to me. So she basically asked for them back, and I literally just took them out of her room and dashed them in the middle. I'm like,
do you wanna fight? Like, you were banging off my door. I wanna fight now.
she wasn't trying to fight basically. And this is what I'm telling you, this girl is emotionally unstable. She literally sat there and was like,
Oh, I wanna apologize to you.
if this is not the definition of like bipolar or something, like I don't know what it is. Like she literally switched in the 2.5 seconds and tried to say sorry, and I was like, girl, bah. I closed my door and I'm still on the phone with my friend. I'm like, yo, like this is like insane, like this is crazy. And she comes to my door and she's like,
oh, stop talking ish. Like, who are you talking to? Stop talking ish. Stop talking ish.
and I'm like, girl, move from my door. Like, I'm giving you 3 seconds to move from my door. We're scrapping. And she's like, I was just trying to apologize. Bye, take my apology back. I'm like, girl, get the. I don't want your damn apology, ho. Like, literally, stuff was happening so fast. And this was all happening at like 3 a.m. in the morning. And we're like having a screaming match. Like, our neighbor probably thought we were like beating our heads in. In the midst of us screaming and stuff, I ended up texting my roommate because I'm like, I know these girls hear us freaking screaming on top of our lungs. So these are the text messages or IG messages, whatever, the same damn thing. You know, because we were literally like screaming on top of our lungs. So she ends up going to her room. Like 30 minutes later, she comes back to my door, knocking on my door, trying to apologize. I'm like, yo, like you clearly were having problems. You came into the house and you tried to take them out on me, and you realized that I was not the right one for you because
I am not the one for you to be trying to argue with,
I wasn't
okay?
really gonna tell niggas to pull up. But like, at the time, I really wanted to tell niggas to pull up. So I ended up not fighting the girl because I was just like, I didn't come to school to fight, and I know you white people like to call the police. So literally like the month before school ended, we ended up like making amends, and she said sorry, and I was like, oh, okay.
She had me f***ed up, you know?
So that happened, and then she ended up giving me this that her mom made for me. It says my name on it. Her mom made it for me, and I was like, oh, see, peace offerings. That was basically what happened. I'm pretty sure I'm probably missing stories, but my eyes are really watery right now, so we're just gonna cut this video short and run up the likes on the last video. I love you guys very much. Thank you for watching, and like and subscribe.